Hey YouTube, welcome to the video. Thanks for joining today. Today I'm going to do my full review at 50 miles. I'm a little over 50 miles. I think I have 52 miles on the Skechers Aero Spark. Skechers just came out with a new line of performance shoes this year. They have the Aero Spark, which is their daily trainer. It's got a 30 millimeter stack height in the forefoot, 36 in the heel for a 6 millimeter drop. They also make the Aero Burst, which is very similar, but it has 36 in the forefoot, 42 in the heel. So it's more of a max cushion shoe. And then they also sell the Aero Tempo, which is their race day shoe. And one of the major, it's 37 in the heel, 33 in the forefoot for a 4 millimeter drop. But one of the primary differences it has is a TPU upper instead of a mesh upper, and then it's got a full length carbon winglet plate instead of the this just has a front H plate. Anyway, so those are their new shoes in the lineup. Anyway, I've been testing the Aero Spark. Just to give you a little bit more information about it, like I said, it's 36 in the heel, 30 in the forefoot for a 6 millimeter drop. It's got a nice engineered mesh upper. It looks really thick, but it actually is a pretty thin material and seems to breathe really well. They're using their Hyperburst Ice midsole. Their Hyperburst, I have found, it's a little bit firmer than some other supercritical foams, but it's a supercritical, I think, EVA based foam. And when they do the ice, it's dual density, meaning they're putting a firmer bit of the Hyperburst on the outside to give it stability, and they're making it softer in the middle to make it more cushy. I find it a really bouncy, nice foam with some firmness under it, so you're not too mushy. Really have enjoyed the ride. On their outsole, they're using Goodyear rubber, and you can see there's a lot of coverage. With 50 miles on it, I have just about no wear, so it looks like they're going to hold up really well. Like I said, it has the carbon infused H plate. I really don't feel propulsion from that, but I do think it helps with stability based on the fact that I ran in their earlier Max Road 5s that also had the H plate. When they added the H plate to that, it made the shoe a lot more stable, and these are still very stable. So I think the H plate is doing more for stability than actual propulsion. You can see the shoe is still very flexible. It's got a good amount of padding along the heel collar, and the tongue is fairly thick. If anything, they could even go a little lighter there. They say it's machine washable, which is pretty nice. They use what they call arch fit, which means it's got an arch support in it, but it's actually the insole, so if you don't like the way the arch fits, you can take that out. They said it's been tested on over 120,000 feet or something, and this was the podiatrist recommended amount of arch support. But if it doesn't work for you, you can remove this this insole, and put your own insole in it, and then you don't have a problem with the arch support. This insole, by the way, is very nice and cushy, adds some extra comfort. It also uses what they call hyper arch, which is basically just the shape of the bottom of the shoe. It's obviously got a rocker in the front, but it's even rockered in the back, so if you heel strike, you're supposed to roll through real well. It's just the shape that gives it some good movement. Anyway, I have really enjoyed the ride in these. My only real negatives have been that it does come in at 9.7 ounces in a men's size 9, which is 275 grams, which I think is a little bit heavy these days for a nitrogen infused midsole that's not a super high stack height shoe. Weighing them in my men's size 11 and a half, I'm getting 10.9 ounces, so it adds just a little over an ounce to go to my size, which is actually pretty normal. But anyway, so they're a little bit heavy, but they really don't feel heavy on foot, and I think it's because that midsole feels so good. My other issues with it are pretty much have been the fit. Compared to the old Max Road 5 that I really loved, they have narrowed the forefoot, which you know me, I'm a fan of Topo and Ultra, which give you the foot-shaped toe box. Well, this is definitely a narrower toe box. And the heel has actually gotten kind of wider, so I'm have had some trouble with lockdown. Once I now have figured out how to lock down and get it comfortable, the shoes have been great. But I basically found, in order to give me room for my toes up in the front, I needed to just leave the front lace real loose. I've actually now got it tied where I'm not even lacing the very front loop. That's not really necessary, but I was also having trouble with my heel slipping. So I wanted enough lace to come back and tie the runner's knot to lock the heel. And when I tied the runner's knot, I was 100% locked in the back. And I was able to accomplish getting the runner's knot and leaving this loose. But then I wanted to double knot my laces as well, because I like doing that, and I just ran out of lace. It was becoming too short. So I've actually now done a couple things since then. I made it to where I just didn't lace the first laces because I was leaving it super loose anyway, and started above that, which gave me enough room to do the runner's knot and do the double lace. But now I've also been playing with, instead of doing the full runner's loop, I've just been going through the final hole on both sides, and that seems to lock it enough. I don't think I'm 100% secure in the heel like I was when I did the runner's knot, but I'm probably 80 or 90% secure, and it seems fine. Anyway, I have found the shoes extremely comfortable. Nice ride, a good daily trainer. I could definitely see myself doing long runs. I can pick up the pace in them because of the bouncy, the nice responsive midsole, and the midsole just feels great. So there's a lot of positives in the shoe. My only negatives really being having to fight through a little bit of fit issues, and there is some extra weight. But like I said, I don't really feel the weight, and once you make some adjustments and get it laced where it fits your foot good, the fit problems are really not a big issue either. Anyway, I just wanted to give you my thoughts on it after a little over 50 miles. If you enjoyed the review, please consider hitting the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in any more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And keep moving!